In this video, I am going to be talking about why niching down is actually the next and greatest step that you should be taking in your business to see the most profitability and to see you and your business grow and scale above and beyond. If this is something that you're interested in, stick around. Increased expertise and authority. I want you to remember that, because that is what we should be aiming for in our market, is to be an expert in what we do and to have authority, to be known and to dominate in that which what we do, right? If you are a painter, maybe you've been painting everything. You've been painting decks, you've been painting, houses, you've been painting condos, commercial, you've been doing fences. Maybe the next step, the greatest step that you could take next, is niching down in that area. So maybe it looks like, I don't even like doing fences and decks anymore. Erase that, take that out of there. You know what, commercial, it's okay, but the profits, I'm not getting as much profit as I do from residential. Get that out of there. We're gonna focus on residential, and maybe you even go so far as we only do exterior or we only do interior. And so the more you get down, you're gonna be known and you're gonna be able to perform more expertise in that area. Your company is gonna be known as the guys that do the outside painting, right? Or the company that is, you specialize in doing interior trim, baseboard and trim work, right? That provides what is gonna bring us into number 2, is better targeting of ideal customers, right? So if we can already beat the customer to the punchline where it's like, they're in this huge pool of looking for people that can perform certain work for them, a company that does only that work or is limited to the confines of that work, they're most likely going to choose you than a generalized company. I own a handyman company. 9 out of 10 times, a customer is going to hire a fencing company rather than me to install their fence, because they already know that there is that proof there that they do this every single day, day in and day out, 40 hours a week. Their guys are trained to do it. They are pros at it. So bringing number 1 of increased expertise into number 2, better targeting of ideal customers, coming together, the two really help each other. Where you have this expertise in one thing and you can target somebody who's already looking for that thing, and they're gonna trust you because they know that's what you specialize in. Okay, so number 3, which they all kind of flow together, is less competition equals higher profit margins. And so, for example, I just started a painting company and we're trying to figure out how exactly niche do we want to get. And so far we're pretty much at this point where we may only do exterior repaints. Competition is going to be very small. Now, we are going to have some competition with companies that they just do general painting, but like I said in the past, on number 2 is, if a customer is looking for an exterior repaint and my advertising, my marketing, my company is branded around this idea that that is what we do, that is what we specialize in, who are they going to pick, right? They're probably going to pick us. And so, especially if we have that social proof, or if you go on our Google page and you see all these reviews where customers are saying, my repaint job was amazing. They did the best repaint job I've ever seen. They've been repainting my house for the last 10 years. I'm sure you're seeing the puzzle here. Another great takeaway from niching down is you can streamline your operations and your services way better. Coming from a company where we do everything, I currently own a handyman company. We do everything. It's really hard to have great operation systems, especially when it comes to our quoting, when it comes to the way that we present things, because one job is really ever the same. But as we have decided to niche down and actually create a whole different business where we're just going to be doing painting, our quoting is going to get 5 times easier. Our standards of operations are going to get a lot easier, where it looks like, we know where we want our sales reps. We know where we want our team managers. I know where I should be spending my time on marketing, on this and that. But when it's so general, it's like, where does it make sense to put your money? How do you find a quoting system that can constantly be inputting and outputting all different types of numbers? But rather, when you're so specific on what you do, all those things become a lot easier. And I want to say, as a business owner, efficiency is going to save you so much time and money. And efficiency is where your standards of operations, the two come together and your business begins to flourish. The more you have your business down to a sense where if you needed to take a vacation for a month, if you, God forbid, hurt yourself, you'd have these systems in place that a high school graduate who's never worked a day in their life could perform them with a minimal amount of training. For example, look at all these chain businesses, restaurants, retails, all these things, moving companies. They have it down so packed, so simple, because one, they have a small niche in the market, and two, because of that, they're able to get their operations running in a really smooth manner. So in conclusion, I want to finish with this little tidbit, and it's a saying that niches creates riches, right? Whether you call it niche or niche or whatever, that's where the further down the funnel that you can get, and you can be made known as the person who does X, Y, Z, or even X, you're going to see better improvements. And as I'm kind of stepping into niching myself down, it can be a little bit scary, because there's this hope in, when you are a generalized business, that you're going to get all this business because there's more, you're in a bigger pool. But I want you to keep in mind that as you're in a bigger pool, there's more businesses that do exactly what you do. And so it's almost a false sense of security. You're in a bigger pool, but there's a lot more competition. And so it's, a game of survival. But when you can niche down more and more and more, and you can really perfect your craft, I believe, from the fruit that I've seen in this business, in the painting business, is that it actually opens the door for less competition and more customers. And so if you've enjoyed, please go ahead and subscribe, and we will see you guys next week. Bye.